Hey there, this is Chad Garber, and in this video I'm going to do a Boss Katana 100 demo / review, and I'm going to look specifically at the octave effect. Here's how it sounds. So anyway, if you like this video and other videos like it, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so I discovered something. I was messing around with it a little bit, and I discovered something very cool about this effect. And that is that it has 4 ranges. Now the ranges, after experimenting, I figured out that the ranges kind of like decide when the bass or when the octave will actually kick in. Okay, so there's 4 ranges, for instance. So like the range 1. It has, like for the guitar, it has all strings. You can hear the octave full level on all strings. Listen. So it's kind of like you have a bass player hanging out with you, following you lick for lick. The problem with it is, though, if you do chords. It gets nasty, okay? But there's a different range. So if we go to range 2, what it does is it lessens the octave effect on the higher strings. It's still there, but it's less there on the higher strings. So the chords sound better. Okay, then you go to range 3, and all of a sudden it's got less octave. It's covering less strings. The octave shows up on less strings. Not even on the high. Do you not hear it? Hear it, but not hear it? Do you hear not hearing it? Do you hear how it's not on the octave? It's not on the high. The octave is not on the high. Well, it is barely. Like the opening, you can hear it. Yeah, that's cool right there. So the first fret of the high E, it's there. Second fret's still there. Third fret, barely there. Fourth fret, barely there. Fifth fret's barely there. I don't hear it anymore on the 6th. So it must be when it gets to this note, this range, it goes off. But it's lessened on the other one, so now the chords sound even better. This one's kind of cool. I mean, this one's a cool sound. You can do some really cool, interesting sounds and interesting little licks. The only slight problem is that, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but the octave effect is applied, is a little bit lower even on the lower strings. It's not as loud. See, on the range 1, it was really loud. And I got the level, the direct mix all the way up, and the effect level all the way up. I wonder if I took the direct mix down some. That's what I do. I just turn the direct mix down. But the range 4 is even cooler, because range 4, what's this? It just has, it's amazing. Just the E and the A strings, can you hear the octave? It's gone. do the bass, that's awesome. And I just figured out that you use a direct mix where you can make it higher. You can turn down the actual the guitar. You can turn it down compared to the effect level, compared to the octave level, so you can hear it better. So let's like that. But you get the chords perfectly. Look at that, the G works. So it's again, it's just the low E and the low A. Well, a little bit the open D. I mean, it's barely noticeable on the D string. Once you get up to the 12th fret, it's gone. So anyway, though, you can do chords. Then when you get those two strings, the high and the low, the E and A, it all of a sudden has a bass. So the whole point of this is you can use it as a bass player. So I think it's awesome, man. What I was wanting to do, the only thing I don't like is the only thing that would be even cooler, and I don't think you can do this, but I looked it up a little bit, but I don't think you can do it. It would be even cooler if you could put just the effect out into another amp. You know, I think if I had the Boss pedal that did this, the OC whatever, I could use that, and I could take the effect and I could put it into a bass amp, and then I could use the guitar on the guitar amp, and that way it would sound like you have a bass player, basically. So it's just really cool, man. It just adds a little, element of bass. But that's what I probably want to do, is get a pedal that I can do it. I don't think you can send the effect out from the amp only. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they'll do that. They'll make that possible later. But right now, I don't think you can do it. But it's not cool. That sounds. It sounds like there's a bass player. Yeah, you can still do the chords. You can do cool chords like this. I'll do a little cleaner sound, see if we can get that back. I have to readjust it there. So I'm going to range 4, and then the track. Here's what it sounds like with it all the way down. This is how it would sound like on the amp. Well, that doesn't sound very good, but anyway, it sounds good with the. So maybe getting another amp might not be a good idea with this thing, but just with it, it sounds okay. So it doesn't sound like it's real precise in the octaves, but it sounds good enough behind it. so it probably wouldn't sound good as a bass. And let's go with range 1, see if it does. Again, so we just discovered that it's not really precise and doesn't sound good as a separate thing. So I'll probably have to get a pedal for that. But it's cool to add a little bass. Oh, I'm on range 1. That's why. Yeah, range 1. Range 1 is just pretty much too much. If you're doing, if you want to do just single notes, range 1's fine. But it's not good for chords at all. This is pretty cool. This is range 4 with the direct mix way down. Now this is just the clean. Oh, that's awesome. I'll drag down a little bit more even. It's pretty cool. Man, it's really fun to mess with if nothing else. That's it. That's pretty cool. So that's my demo and review of the Boss Katana 100. It's Octave Effects, and my overall review is that it's awesome. It's not good by itself. It can't be another bass player. Like, it's not going to sound as good as a bass player would, obviously. But it's not even going to sound precise enough to have that happen. Let me try to turn one last thing here. Let's turn since I got all the distortion out. Let's see what it sounds like, just plain clean. See, it's not going to sound as precise. We'll go to range 1 just to see. See how clean we can get it. That's not bad though. And so maybe it would work if we were able to get just the effects out into another amp. You can just have it on range 1. But then you do chords though. Sounds terrible. So let's put it to range 2. This will really help you to see how it works. Range 2 with the direct mix is down the whole time. Alright, here's range 3. That's not bad right there. Range 4 again, which I think is the best for guitar to have chords. So you can't hear the chords at all, then you turn the direct mix up a little bit. Or a lot. So that's it. And so if you like this video and other videos like it, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.